When you see and realize what you missed out on, you are going to choke.
My favorite attributes like lips, butt, and all that stuff.
Why exactly do we keep complaining about how chaotic Love is Blind is? And we keep watching.
Is love truly blind?
I like how we pose that question every season, and every season it's no, it is not.
I must admit that there is something irresistibly engaging about watching TV unfold on drama. But I think with this show, what's interesting is the fact that you have people fall in love based on their personalities, based on their values.
What was it that really drew you to me?
That your vibe is great. Like, I just feel like a good chemistry with you.
Sight unseen, like you're just falling in love with who you perceive them to be behind the wall. I think that is absolutely beautiful. It is so remarkable that a lot of marriages have actually come from this show. Of course, there were engagements that didn't happen, but you have quite a number of marriages that are still together up till today. So here I am ready to unpack the characters that had the most red flags, I would say, on this last season. Matthew, Jamie, Clay. Please keep in mind that this show is edited. My opinions are based on the clips we saw, based on the entire show. We saw what we saw, right? So keep in mind that heavy editing has been done on this show to push a particular storyline and agenda. Before I get into Clay's red flags, I would like to say Clay deserves a Grammy. His transparency, are you kidding me? His transparency was supposed to give a breath of fresh air, but it just wasn't. It was given run.
Girl, if you don't show me what you look like, there ain't no way I'm proposing.
And this was supposed to be a cue for AD, to take her heels, take her gym bag, and flee. But she just did it. So we're not talking about it today, we're talking about Clay. Basically, Clay allowed us to see who it was. I really think that his transparency was also coming from a place of trying to change some parts of himself that he thought were not, right? Because if like someone had some of those character issues or character flaws and they were saying things like, I have no regrets, I am who I am, you will know that this person is not trying to change, right? This person doesn't really care about changing. But I feel like transparency pointed to the fact that he felt that there were some things in him that needed to change. Even if his attempts at making those changes were questionable, I think that the transparency I'm talking about there is kind of commendable. To help other girls around him that might potentially be interested in him, like, hey, maybe I should give this guy some space. Now, so his actual red flags, I really believe that he had a lot of self-doubt. You could tell in his interactions when he first spoke to AD, he kept saying things like he felt validated. I feel because of his flaws, there's a lot of self-doubt from him that also spirals to being self-absorbed. Seemed like he didn't really take time to know the people that he dated, mostly AD. He was more concerned about how he was trying to fix himself. There was a lot of talk about himself, so it was very, self-focused, I would say. He didn't really get to know AD before and after the reveal. Also, I think his reaction when AD told him about the love triangle between him, Matthew, and herself, his reaction was a bit off. You would expect that somebody that heard about that would be like, this is an uncomfortable situation. This is tough for all of us. Try to encourage her in some way.
Clay, are you not feeling me or you are? Because what you just told me has nothing to do with me. What love triangle am I in? We could have that transparent convo.
So I think that he has a little bit, probably low emotional intelligence when she talked about how she didn't believe that she had to write desist about her dad. And I was like, wow, that's wild or something. Just said something insensitive when she was called at that lunch, I think that she was having with his mom. And he just laughed when she said she was cold and was wearing the coziest sweater ever. Clay, how clueless can you be? Also, the polish of physical attraction. He mostly talking about her looks, commenting about her body. In fact, before he even saw her, he kept making reference to the fact that he likes the fact that love is blind. You get to meet people without seeing them and connect with them. But he still needed those features. He needed them to be in abundance.
In what way do you want to talk about appearance in an experiment where we're not talking about appearance?
Naturally, I would say I kind of lean towards more like petite. My favorite attribute is like lips, butt, and all that stuff.
Regardless of the emotional connection.
Regardless of the emotional.
Yeah.
I'm just like, sir. Next red flag I will say is that I knew that he had not yet dealt with the issues between his parents, like the marriage, the impacts that their infidelity and their issues had on him. Because, I mean, for these guys who have been on some of the infidelity trips, as it puts it, there must have been a lot for a child to handle, or a son, I don't know, whatever age he was, but even as an adult, that's a lot to handle. When he would talk about those experiences, it wasn't to say, I do not want to identify with this pattern, or I don't want to identify with this character. My dad did this, I don't want to identify with this. It was more, I don't want to cheat on you. I don't want to find myself in these shoes. I don't want to disappoint you.
I told you my dad cheated year 7 into the marriage. I just feel like it affected my mom. So it's like, I got that on my mind of like, damn, I don't want to be in a situation where I'm ever going to cheat.
I really don't want to let you down, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel that. Like,
Is that what you're thinking?
yeah, because it is a date that's coming up, you know what I'm saying? And I know how much this means to you and all that stuff, and I want to be that guy.
So there was an element of fear, but I also strongly believe that there was a part of him that didn't want to take responsibility for changing that pattern of behavior. Even if it had been something that he had seen growing up, he kept feeling like he was just making excuses, oh, this is how my parents are. So there's a chance I might do this, but I really don't want to cheat on you. Contrasting talk. He was saying all of this stuff, but he was not trying to fix it. So I really think that was a red flag as well. Follow-up to this is, he categorically said, and I think I'll add a clip, that he has not conceptualized the idea of one man being one woman.
So to me, the concept of one girl, I'm always having the fear of like, can I just be with one person?
He kept making references to Hollywood and his parents. He didn't feel like people that he looked up to were faithful in their marriages. And there are, like, even if we're not talking about people in general, first of all, there are people that have good marriages, but even celebrities, there are celebrities that have good marriages. You know, so even if you want to, if you want to follow an example, if you want to look for people to pattern your life after, why not the people that actually have good marriages? He just felt like it wasn't, you know, he didn't want to take the effort or make the effort to make things right in his own life, right? And he's just giving things to chance. And maybe that's why he's made to therapy, to try to help himself through this process and all, but it is what it is. He also wasn't able to control his emotions, although I feel like it is maybe unfair to say this based on just that clip of when Ailey spoke to him about the love triangle, because I feel like he was very visibly upset. The emotions were not necessary for what happened. With just that scene, I think he seems like someone that might not really be able to control his emotions.
Are you not feeling me or you are? Because what you just told me has nothing to do with me. Well, what love triangle am I in? We could have that transparent convo. I don't understand, like, am I not, like, saying the right things to you? Like, we not having the right conversations, like me?
Another very glaring red flag is that he kept talking about how Edie would help him. Oh, you're helping me to be a better person. I'm really grateful. I'm really thankful for all of this. You're helping. So it was not about how she was helping. He never really asked about how it could help her, what her interests are, how he can help her fulfill them. These are conversations I believe that anyone that is interested in a long-term relationship with you would have. And that's why I really think that, I don't think that, especially after the review, he was really interested in a long-term relationship. It really makes me question why he was there, because I think Love is Blind has become a show where people are in it for publicity to become famous and get to brand deals and stuff, and also genuinely looking for love, or both. So if he was looking for love, and even if he wanted it a bit of publicity, at least she would have made an attempt to get to know the person that he was interested in. I think that maybe after the review, he was not that interested in Edie, and that's why he did not really, their conversation were not around long-term stuff, right? It was other things of long-term, and it was other things that were focused on him as well, though. I didn't think that his attitude was showing that he wanted to be in this for long term. Also, he kept referring to himself as a big baby. No, we're not doing that already. I don't have any comments about that because I just think that it's not cute. Laying on chest right after the match was a bit weird. I feel like when you're missing someone that you've spoken to for the longest time, you connected with them, you're looking at them like you're trying to soak it all in. Anyway, that's not about Clay. I honestly think that AD was giving Clay a lot of chances. There were a lot of opportunities where he could redeem himself. but he just wasn't. It was hard to watch Edie have to keep insisting on falling over the cliff with him when he hadn't really proved himself to her. That was really, really, really hard to watch. Let's go on Matthew. Matthew, he was just giving serial killer vibes. He had a long list of questions they would ask the ladies, and then they would ask him like the questions on the list, and he would be like, oh, I'm the one asking the questions.
Think you excel at in relationships?
Loyalty and devotion to my partner. What about you?
You know, I was just going to ask the questions. I wasn't really anticipating getting the same one back.
Oh my God.
Are we in the police office? Like, what's going on? Eventually, he ended up telling to me this the same thing. I mean, that takes a lot of work. I mean, for him to have actually remembered. Okay, maybe he was taking notes. Because I was wondering at some point, like, for him to have told them the exact same thing, he must have had his scripts. Because I didn't just say it was like an orange-ish flag. They were vivid red flags, which I'll get to. But initially, I really believed that Jimmy was not bad. He found out that somebody that he was interested in had a daughter. He kind of opted out of that situation because maybe he didn't want to have to deal with that. And I think that's totally fair. I mean, let's not judge people for making choices like that. A lot of people came at him because, hey, Jess is a single mom and he backed out. He stepped aside. He had another choice. He felt like he didn't want to be a father yet, I guess. And he made a decision. And I think that's fair. With Chelsea, obviously, I believe she mentioning that she looks like Megan Fox, or that her friends tell her, because she says she didn't say that. But I mean, in the context of a show where you're not supposed to know how someone looks like, right, and connect to them based on their values, on their personality, and other things. You mentioned that your friends tell you they look like Megan Fox. His ears probably went like this, like when he heard that. He went with Chelsea. They got together, they met. Obviously, the reveal was pretty awkward. I can't run. When she asked him his favorite part about her, and he mentioned her big white teeth. Nobody does that. Jimmy, no. You can't tell somebody that your favorite part about them is their teeth. No. I mean, the easiest answer to that would be your eyes. Even if the eyes are not like blue or green or like a dreamy color, people always have nice eyes. Even if you're mean. In fact, some of the most wicked people, serial killers, actually have really good eyes. So, Jimmy, like, what were you thinking? Like, just not okay. Yeah, Jimmy, number one, red flag. Bringing his fiancée to see his girlfriend. I felt like that was not really ideal, especially given the fact that he had history with one of the girls. I believe that you have other friends. Like, why are you introducing your potential fiancé to people that you've had history with? I didn't think that this introduction was necessary at this point of their relationship. If the girls were that close to him, maybe after they got married or like further down in their relationship, we would have looked to kind of connect. But I feel like it was too soon for Chelsea to meet those girls. Secondly, calling AD stars, that was weird. He was literally telling Chelsea that AD was physically endowed. Like, honestly, I feel like the bar on this show is like crumbling the floor, because what was that? If you really study Jimmy throughout the show, especially after they met, it really seemed like he was trying to convince himself and convince her that he loved her and he had feelings. I honestly don't think Jenny was bad to her, so to speak. He did some things that were not right, but like to her as a person, I feel like he wasn't a bad person, especially even after I discovered that she didn't really look at Megan Fox. He still treated her okay, but obviously Chelsea also had its cases which kind of affected their connection and their relationship with each other. I honestly think that Jim was a bit difficult to read. It was hard to know how he really genuinely felt about Chelsea. I think that if she did not have insecurities, I 100%, or let me not say 100%, I 80% think that there would have been a chance that they got married. Even though she didn't look like Megan Fox, I feel like these characters contributed a huge part in them not eventually getting to the altar. That said, it was hard to read Jimmy. I think his pants were just a little too cropped. It's 2024. Talking about AD in a sexualized way, obviously that was not appropriate, especially doing that in front of Chelsea. And those are things I think are red flags to Jimmy, with Clay, and with Matthew. At the end of the day, for the most part, you can see a red flag coming out anyway, compared to when someone is hiding a particular trait that you don't want them to know and they discover eventually. For red flag, like pretty glaring, it's like in your face, it's like, don't come near me. Like it's right there. On this show, I think it's just sometimes shows some of the things that a lot of people ignore, especially when you start to get to know the person and there's some emotional connection and really like the person, you see it and you're like, oh, you just keep pushing it. I don't want to deal with this now. And sometimes you just don't see it. Yeah, those are my opinions on Love is Blind Season 6, the characters. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know what you think about these guys. And thanks for watching this. I'll see you next time. Bye.